I'm Mike Benton for ThunderVision. Two big signings in one day, and earlier this morning we had Thunder assistant coach Matt Odette speak on the addition of Fraser Clare. Now we're joined in the coach's office by Thunder head coach Matt Thomas to talk more about the addition of Matt Jones, a former San Jose Sharks contracted player and now a free agent signee. Matt, was there any connection?
Yeah, there's a lot of connection. Obviously, a guy like Matt was brought to our attention by the San Jose Sharks management, a player that they think has still a lot of upside. Obviously, there's a reason that they signed him from Merrimack College, but he's, I think one thing what really stood out is I was talking with Wayne Thomas from the Sharks and looking for some right shot forwards and somebody with some size, and the first guy that jumped in his mind was Matt Jones, obviously a 6'4", 200-plus pound right winger that has a good scoring knack. So for me, it was a no-brainer for him to fit in. So we're really happy that we were able to get the deal done, and we think that he's going to be a great addition for our club, and I think for the entire San Jose organization.
After gathering so many games in the American Hockey League over the last couple of seasons, and also scoring 17 goals at this level in 35 games last year with Kalamazoo, what else is there for him in terms of room to grow for you to work with as a coach?
Well, I think like most players that are coming off of NHL contracts, there's a few things that that are in their game in terms of holes, and I think the one thing that a guy like Jonesy has in terms of his game is that he's looking to round it out and find out where he's going to fit into the pro game. He's been a big scorer in college and a guy that was leaned heavily upon to be that type of a player throughout his career, and obviously a lot of players that have that knack going through their amateur career, when they get to the pro level, some of their game needs to change a little bit. So I think the biggest challenge for him is going to be how to learn how to play without the puck, and also a little bit more forcefully with his 6'4" frame, and use that to his advantage to become maybe a more elite scorer, but also an elite checker. And I think for him, I think he's got the ability to do both those things. Like I already mentioned, how big he is and his scoring knack. And I think if he puts all those things together, he's really going to be a player that can not only be a tough player to defend, but somebody who's going to be tough to play against when he doesn't have the puck.
After adding scoring touch and grit for today, where do two right wingers of Jones and Clare's ilk fit on this roster up front?
Well, right off the bat, it gives you natural right wingers, which is huge. I know we went through a little bit of a phase especially when Bates was up last year and Chewy was hurt, that we didn't have many right wingers at all to put into the lineup. So right away, those are two guys that are good players that can play that position, are naturals in that position. It also gives us different looks on power play units. Both guys have a knack for being in those situations and scoring key goals. So for us, it gives you some backdoor situations if you're working out the left side, and more importantly, you got a couple good players in those two guys that can work the puck on the right side with the left shot off the back door. So it really, I think, rounds out our lineup. I felt we needed a little bit more size and we needed to be physical. Obviously, both those players bring it, and they both bring it in a little bit of a different style. One's a bigger body that's going to be tough to defend and with a NHL caliber shot, and the other one's got great speed, who finishes every single check and goes to the net and gets a lot of those dirty goals around the cage. So I think two huge signings for us, two guys that really round out our roster exactly where we need to be heading into 2 weeks from camp.